first thing we're going to cover today is going to have to be the CEO. Oh, I got blasted by AP's whiteness here. Go ahead. We'll go out there. The police have arrested Luigi Mangione? Mangione? I don't know. I'm not an Italian American. I have a good friend that is, though, so you can't accuse me of anything. They are accusing a guy named Luigi being the CEO assassin. While I think all of this is interesting and we could talk about it, first of all, let me just say at the top of it, my take on the whole thing is if it's okay for like CEOs to kill people and by denying them healthcare coverage, I think it makes a lot of sense that emotionally speaking, there would be people that would seek this kind of resolution. And I think it is the fault of the capitalist system that this happened. Whether, whatever the fucking CEO's name, I've already forgotten, don't care. And no one does. Whatever that guy's name was, it is irrelevant. It is a symptom of a sickness in this country that people with sickness can't seek health care. It's not something that we should paygate. Health care is not something for the wealthy alone. It is deeply unethical to argue otherwise. And frankly, you're cucked as fuck unless you are, somehow getting free health care by being, I don't know, a healthcare CEO, probably like an owner, a shareholder, a high end on the board, as it were. You probably get free stuff. Other than that, the system's not working for you. You don't need to be cucked. So also, insofar as like the way this is going, I don't know what Luigi himself has said. I'm sure that we could do a whole video on this, but I'm going to wait for more information to come out. But thus far, the information we seem to have that makes me a little sus about the situation is that he did all this and it looked pretty like legitimate, and he gave them the slip, and it was a pretty good job. And then the way they're telling this story has some cop fuckery kind of smelling about it. He was apparently turned in because he had eyebrow. He looked like this guy with a mask on. He's like, I don't know, maybe that's the guy. And someone was like, yeah, he looks Italian American. That's him. They might have the guy himself, but I don't know. I feel like this story is going to unfold interestingly. I don't know. It just seems like a touchstone. Maybe it's nothing, but it feels like something. So the thing I want to highlight is how the right is covering this, because at the same exact time, you have Daniel Penny, who was the guy who choked like a homeless guy to death on the subway in New York when he was having like a mental health crisis. The right is celebrating that kind of vigilante justice, where it's a guy with no power systemically or otherwise. I think he was also not white. I don't know. I don't even remember. It doesn't matter. But the way they are covering this is so weird, right? It's happening at the same time. They want this guy to be free because it's a class thing. It's just so clearly a class thing. He has two videos. This is the quartering. Back-to-back videos. I'm not joking. Daniel Penny not guilty. Courtroom erupts as BLM threatens his life as he walks free. And then woke leftists celebrate CEO being assassinated in NYC. United CEO had gotten threats recently. This man objectively harmed more people than the homeless guy Daniel Penny ever harmed. Objectively. He could have gone on a killing spree and killed everybody in that subway car, which he didn't, and he still would have had less blood on his hands than this motherfucker. Like, just through the nature of his job of denying coverage. Their denial rate, United Health, highest in the country, 33%. You have a 2/3 chance of getting your healthcare covered. Great. That's so good. And by the way, other healthcare companies are not that good. The next one down was like 25%. I think that was like Blue Cross. It's crazy, dude. Anyway, look at this. This is how Laura Ingraham covers this shit.
We'll dig into it later. The Instagram posts from nutbag people, which I was sent in the commercial break earlier, crazy. Like, he's cute, and people celebrating this. This is a sickness.
This is a sickness, people celebrating it. Like they used to celebrate bank robbers stealing from the banks, you know, during the Great Depression and thereabouts. Hilarious. It's just like, it's obviously a class thing, right? Like, these people are served by the upper class, by the CEOs. They know that they have friends that are CEOs. I have also ground the working man into dust. This is how we have forged common ground. Listen to how she continues on. This is 29 seconds of uncut footage.
Honestly, it's so disappointing, but I guess we shouldn't be surprised. Gentlemen, thank you so much. And up next, the other big news out of New York, Daniel Penny. A lot of people think he's a hero, and tonight he's not guilty. My take next.
Look, how fucking bold. You can only be, when you're Laura Ingraham, you can only be nefarious and know exactly what the fuck you're doing in this situation, or genuinely be so lack of self-awareness that this doesn't, like, connect in your brain whatsoever. They're just always on the opposite side of what we ought to be on the side of, and it's so clear that Fox News is a propaganda wing for the people getting away with the crimes. We have allowed a group of apes, much like ourselves, to have this kind of messaging so that they can get away with crimes, like being a healthcare CEO and murdering people. So that they can hoard the wealth, so they can hoard the resources, as all of us work for it. Mostly all of you. I mean, I'm part of the working class. I have done this, but I'm sort of like secondarily removed for it as an entertainer of the working class, right? You guys trickle down to me. You know what I mean? It's like, how the fuck can we, as a group of people, not be aware of who the problem is? Like, being a leftist or whatever, it's not a matter of political conviction. It's just a matter of, like, hey, we deserve better than this, man. I don't think we should have kings and shit. I mean, we literally just do. A billionaire is not different. What it used to be is just, like, they used to be the lords of the land. They used to just, like, fucking claim the land and rule over it with an iron fist, and whoever wanted to, like, be subservient to that got to live there and work for this person who had, like, a fucking military and the technology to back it up. It was literally just wealthy people. This is not different. And you will see the same thing happen as this sort of technocracy increases and these billionaires and CEO get wise to this shit, and you're going to start to see, like, more militarized arrangements around them and their security personnel and shit like that. I can't believe cyberpunk is kind of like just basically going to be true. Yeah. Maybe without the spider arms, but maybe with them if we work hard at it. Fox News has two jobs, and that is to keep your horrible elderly family member angry enough to keep their heart beating and to make sure that the poors know their place. Well, the number one objective is, of course, to make money off of all of this. So let's see the quarterings. Let's see how much I can stand of the woke leftists celebrate being a CEO being assassinated.
A man shot in Midtown just a short time ago. We're told he is in grave condition. It happened on 54th Street between
in the grave condition.
Between 6th and 7th Avenues. Police telling us a 50-year-old man was struck in the chest. He was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital, and police tell us they are looking for a man with a black mask and carrying a gray backpack.
You're just playing the fucking footage? I thought you guys tried to do stuff. Looking for a man in a black mask. Oh, okay, see, you're making fun of New York. Oh, okay, I'm gonna turn it down anyway. It's loud as fuck. Holy shit. Mask up. Why are you showing only black people in masks, though? That's strange. His heart was in the right place in the way of the bullet. Aw.
What's on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. Absolutely wild story for you today. I'm trying to mix up the topics a little bit because I know people...
Dude, he is really evolved as a content creator. He has just full-on embraced the I'm a Trump guy. These are the people who give me money. And he's just like, MAGA hat, or as he might say, the mega hat, because he is mega.
People are getting a little burnt out, but this story is just a little bit too big to ignore. So the CEO of United Healthcare was basically summarily removed from this planet in what very clearly looks like a hit in Midtown New York City.
He's fidgety. What's going on with him? What is going on with him? It's Elon's Trump hat? Oh, of course, it's a black one. Makes sense.
Many people believe, it's a result of maybe United Healthcare denied somebody's claim, or
maybe it did,
or this, that, and the other thing. People are, of course, making jokes. I'm not going to police jokes, but I'm not going to really take part in them because, quite honestly, the CEO probably, if that's the case, probably had literally nothing to do with the denial of a particular claim.
What do you mean literally nothing to do? He determines the policy on behalf of the shareholders and the board and stuff. Like, to deny claims at a certain rates and to set policies on what they're going to... Like, yeah, he does. What do you mean? It starts at the top, bro. You are obviously... not really a beneficiary of this, but definitely like... there's a grift to be made in the working class, which, I mean, he essentially, I guess, petite bourgeoisie, because he has his shitty coffee shit. He's essentially just a grifter. And his grift is to kiss the ass of that class.
Over another claim.
And whatever politics that they tell him to have. Too stupid to understand he does it, for sure.
Probably just some woke leftist. But
just a woke leftist. The killer? Well, he said this, I guess, 5 days ago. Anyway, he made a video today talking about the guy. Okay, Quartering, honey, off topic, but don't do face cam if you're this jittery. Maybe sober up before you start the camera. Oh, you think he's a little sauced, or maybe he needs a drink to calm him down. He's chapsticking up for some rich guy's butt cheeks. Oh, he fidgets because the love fence is turned up. Oh,
the reason many are believing it's a hit is because of how it played out. The person was waiting for them outside of the hotel, the way they were dressed, which we're going to discuss.
Very woke leftist stuff.
And I don't think they're going to catch this individual. They seem extremely well planned. And,
So this is a thing that surprised me is I think we all agree it seemed well planned. And then now the cops are claiming they found him with... like a manifesto and like maybe the gun, or a gun with a suppressor, which wouldn't be the gun because the gun was a suppressor. Like the whole thing was a suppressor. I don't know, man. It seems fishy. This is what I'm saying. Seems weird. Unless he wants to be caught, which would be definitely how it would play out. Probably just nab some random. I don't know. I'd like to hear what the guy has to say.
Pictures, of course, we're going to take a look at. I mean, nothing.
Have any videos come out of him speaking?
Over the line, but the pictures of the suspect, I don't think there's any identifying factors unless this person confesses or something like that. The CEO of United Health Insurance Division was removed from this planet Wednesday morning outside the Hilton Hotel in Midtown New York City.
Yeah, he's just reporting on it. So anyway, this is how like the Quartering deals with the CEO getting removed from this planet. And here's how he deals with the Daniel Penny case. This guy being acquitted of, or found not guilty, I guess, of choking a guy to death on the subway.
Huge positive news for all of you. Daniel Penny was just acquitted. Smash that like button. He's walking free today.
Yeah, smash his like button. Yeah.
In a trial that never should have happened. The trial of Daniel Penny only happened because he was a white man protecting subway goers against a crazed black man. That's the only fact. That is the only reason why he was ever put on trial. And just moments ago, he was acquitted entirely. We have all the details for you here on the quartering. By the way, if you haven't yet, please do subscribe. Or
fucking really? Again? Please do. He can't help it. It's so cynical. It's just constant.
Follow down below so you get notified.
Can he hear himself? I don't know. Why specify race? Well,
of all the most breaking news, that's what I do here. Like the news.
He looks fucking weird, right? His eyes look funny.
Literally just broke 3 minutes ago. I'm recording this video for you to keep you all up to date. I do want to let you know.
What?
I know we got a little behind.
Oh my God. It's crazy. He's breaking news in fucking 90 seconds. He has shilled his own shit 3 times. How can you, as a right-wing viewer, watch this shit? Genuinely, how can you not feel like he's just shilling all the fucking time? It's so blatant. Oh my God. I got it. I'm just going to skip to whatever the fuck.
You're working overtime in fulfillment, so I want you to get that.
Shut up. I'm not past it
Daniel
yet,
Penny found not guilty.
That's right.
The jury in the
We don't need him for this. I could have read this article.
Penny trial has declared him not guilty of negligent homicide over the chokehold passing of Jordan Neely. Judge Maxwell Wiley on Friday accepted the prosecution's request.
Yeah, man, he murdered Jordan Neely. Look, I'm not saying there was like a rowdy situation and he killed a guy trying to subdue him while he was having a mental health crisis. I have no problem with someone subduing someone else if someone thinks that there's a problem happening or something. I didn't, I haven't seen the video in a while, but I don't remember that's how it was going down. I remember him just fucking holding on and then choking this fucking guy for a long time. Even if it was initially okay, this is another Derek Chauvin situation, only this guy doesn't even have the fucking protection of being a police officer. Like, I'm not saying I need this guy to go away for life for murder or anything, but I think he needs to. We need to acknowledge that this is not correct. This is not how it works. So when vigilante justice goes his way, in the case where the right wing latches onto a case and we should be able to kill homeless people who are, we just say that they have a mental health crisis, and as long as it's not caught on camera, or even if it is caught on camera, but it looks, a certain way, because he's a white ex-military guy or whatever, like.
To drop the top charge, which was, of course, manslaughter against the Marine vet, and the jury could not come to a unanimous decision. Penny's lawyers demanded a hung jury and a new trial, but in a shock decision, the judge will now allow jurors to deliberate. This goes back to Friday. Deliberate up to, for on the lesser charge. Now, there were many
of negligent homicide, which fucking if negligent homicide is what you want to go with, is whatever. It's just like the way you guys report on this shit is fucking crazy. We should acknowledge that you can't just kill people if they're having a bad day, but it's also okay to like defend other people. Like, I think we could be fucking reasonable about this, but it's instead you guys are just all right wing, fucking frothing at the mouth. Meanwhile, poor Luigi. Think of poor Luigi. This not a fucking. They're just showing random guns on AP that the dude didn't have. He was found at a McDonald's, by the way. Hey, if you're a fucking wage employee, stop being a fucking snitch. Okay, that's what I gotta say. Stop being a goddamn snitch. Literally no reason. No reason to goddamn snitch on anybody. Okay. Look at this. Rookie cop. We got our guy. We got him. Here he is. In every photo, people are thirsting over this guy. I think this is maybe the least flattering photo I've seen of him. And he's got a banging collarbone. Like young Mel Gibson neck. Good for him. I did not see a likeness. I'll be honest. It is a little suspicious. I don't know. I'd like to hear him speak on the subject. I'd very much like to hear him speak on the subject. There are some photos of the guy that look like it could be that. But I think it's important. It's Burger King for me.
I hope you have a fantastic day.
We don't snitch. Dr. Gamble, give one to Free Luigi. That's right. I don't think it looks like the same dude either. Could be coping. And that, Your Honor, is my presentation on why I think you should be able to get away with some crimes. Anyway, put me on that jury. I'll hang that shit too. Put me on that jury. I would love it. I'm not even anywhere near New York. It would never work.